I'm a paramedic and we use a few kinds of QuikClot from combat gauze to ACSs. This stuff is exactly like the $50/pack combat gauze except it's smaller. Works very well. And honestly I really like these smaller strips for easier packing of gunshot wounds. For now this is a 5-star item. I hope I don't get to try it out. With all the people getting hit around here by cars, at fault or not, I'm not taking chances on helping protect myself or those I bike with. Or a random stranger. I have the trauma kit versions of QuikClot but they are too big for a cyclist. These are great, I can throw them in a Ziploc with the other gear and not worry about the space or weight they take up. Note: pick of the Ziploc in my bag is after I stuffed everything into it, no problems fitting and still more room. Bought this and shoved it in my med pack. Yesterday I sliced my leg open and it was a good bleeder. Grabbed one of these, with my fingers I opened the wound, shoved this gauze in and counted to 100. Then I took the picture. It never bleed after and I even walked around for almost an hour before getting it stitched up. A bit expensive but you're really not thinking about that when you're bleeding extensively lol. First off, if you're an adventurer, or if you work in and around machines or high-risk areas, this is an absolute must in your first aid kit. I carry one on person every single day. I bought these for my family to have. But the reason for 4 stars is, although the seller was Amazon and I used one-day shipping, the ones I got were expired, June 2018. The expiration date is printed on the back, bottom left corner. Make sure to check right after you get them. If they are new, or relatively new, the expiration date should be 3+ years into the future. I've had my accidents and this thing, as its purpose states, stops bleeding fast. Not instantly, but faster than layering gauze, taking off the blood-soaked gauze, then applying more sterile gauze, and repeating. A few years back, I was hiking in the rain and slipped on a sharp rock, ripped my leg right open. I had to use both of the QuikClot gauzes and by the time rescue got to me, most of the bleeding already stopped. Yes, I had to use regular gauze on top of the QuikClots, but not as much as I would've needed if I didn't have these QuikClots. Also saved me from spewing more blood than the traditional method of applying layers upon layers of gauze. Highly recommended. But remember to check those expiration dates. I need to return mine and get ones that are not expired. My husband's life was saved in the emergency room by a combat gauze. I asked the doctor about it. He described its workings and gave me one to take home. I researched and found QuikClot gauze for sale and shortly thereafter had to use it after a minor surgical procedure started the bleeding again, less severe this time. I followed the pressure and ice pack as the primary physician wanted but the bleeding continued for hours. I used the QC gauze and held it for 3 minutes and the bleeding stopped. Click link in description for more reviews.